Yo, you know the vibes. Tap in, tap in. Y'all don't gotta stay on too long, right? I want to just get, some reaction to the presser. I want to get a reaction from y'all, man. What was y'all thoughts on the presser? I wanna get a like a heartbeat from y'all, man. How y'all was, the Hanny Garcia presser overall. What was y'all thoughts on it? Especially as far as like the coverage, the energy. Because they had it open to the public. A lot of content creators were out there covering the event. Media, a lot of content is out right now. Through various different, like I said, content creators and platforms, right? But I want to get a gauge from y'all, man. Like, what did y'all think of the presser? I just want to get a gauge of some of my listeners, some of the people, so I know what to speak on. Because I don't want to come off wrong. I like to get a gauge of how other people seen it as well. How did you view it? Like, to me, I'm gonna say this, right, and maybe this will give you a better understanding of why I'm asking that. The theme, right? Now get where I'm going with this. The theme for this presser, if you watched it, you've been paying attention to build up, is the face of boxing, right? So that's what they're saying, the face of boxing, right? Did it give you that face of boxing type energy feel? That's one question, right? Are you excited for this fight now after watching the presser? These are other questions that I like to ask to get a gauge from, the listeners, the consumers, right? Are you excited, right? Because these are things that I'm going to speak on my live later on. But I want to just get a gauge from some of y'all. Like, is there excitement for the fight now? We got the initial press conference, right? Is there excitement as far as like, okay, man, I can't wait to April 20th. Do you guys have that? Another question, right? Another feel I want to get from you guys. Like, how do you feel they did in marketing it? I'm gonna tell you, see, there's pros and cons with everything. I'm gonna give you one of my pros that I like, what they did, right? I like the fact that King Ryan, he had the king's chair, right? Even though he has yet to conquer any belt or anything, but he had the king chair. I like that. Another pro that I liked, I like the fact that they opened it up for the fans. They gave 200 tickets for the public. That's cool. That's a dope thing, right? Now I have a lot of cons. I don't know where to start with the cons. The coverage from some of these content creators, to me, borderline trash to say the least. But I hold myself at a higher standard now when it comes to covering media. I've been doing this for a while, so that's why I want to ask you guys. I want to come on here and engage the listeners, because me personally, like, I was turned off. It was like, to me, a lot of the content that I'm watching now that's coming out is borderline remedial, amateurish. Going live, right? And this is no shot at nobody, but when you go live for the whole event, right? That's terrible. Number one. Number two, I think, and I was kicking it with one of my guys behind the scenes about this. I was like, when these guys go live, right? They don't realize the zone golden boy. They go equipment. So your live that you're doing for your listeners or whatever, I know that's what they're gonna say was for my listeners. But a lot of times when you watch, your audience ain't really even tapped into it. Some of you guys be having 6-digit subscribers and y'all go live at these events Y'all be having 100 people in your live. Just amateurish shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's why I want to get some feedback from y'all. Another con to me, right? That I like. This the energy was off. You know what I like too? I'm gonna give you a good pro. And I'm gonna speak on this. Yeah, they called Bill Haney Don King. They called him Don King. That was funny. I like that. Ryan Garcia's father, and I think Ryan even said it. They said he was Don Kingish. I liked it. That was good. That was I liked it. That was super dope, right? I just think, right, I covered the Haneys a couple times already. I still think that Devin, to me, right, with all his accolades, all his accomplishments, everything that he got going on, he still doesn't really know how to carry it with the media. You know, I think Bill, you know, that's their dynamic, though. But I think Devin can do more. Less Bill. Bill could do what he does, you know, on this YouTube and all this other stuff. He could do more. I think now it's time more for Devin, right? And I held off on speaking on this, right? Because I was like, all right, I want to does this time around. You know, to me, the Regis Progress fight, it was the Bill Haney show. Bill Haney, and shout out to my man Evans Tubler, right? It was them again. I got that same vibe this time. I don't know about y'all. How about y'all? These are just my assessments, but I'm asking y'all. There's 23 of y'all up in here right now. Feel free, anybody. Hold on. Let me see. I got a comment. Oh, you restricted. The message was restricted. What did you say? Did you say something inappropriate? I can't see. But yeah, man. Those are my cons, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have rather, you know, more from Dev, you know, more personality, more, you know, just everything. But to me, I'm gonna tell you, these guys, man, like, you could tell when fighters have stylists too, bro. That's how they dress and carry it, like that. You know, I don't know, man. But overall, me personally, as a consumer, right? And this is in Brooklyn, my backyard and all that. I'm not excited yet. Off the initial press conference, there's no interest to me to want to buy a ticket right now. This is just me. I'm just, you know, this is free dialogue, free, you know, conversation. Listen, if the fight, if they didn't have another press conference, which they have another one coming up Thursday, I think in LA. If this was supposed to pique my interest to want to go to Ticketmaster or wherever the tickets are to be sold, I'm not sold yet. That's where I'm at with it. Especially with the coverage too. Like I said, a lot of the content, right, that I watched from this, it didn't give me the excitement. I want to say shout out to my man Reggie Owens. I was watching his live. You know who did give me a little bit of it was funny, right? And listen, if y'all steal this and run with this, please, by all means, take it and run with it. But just give me my accolades, right? I think you need to incorporate the whole Bill Haney B-Hop thing, because I seen something there, right? I liked it that. I seen the intensity with B-Hop when they did the stare downs, right? B-Hop was on Bill Haney. You know, they got their little pass and he wanted to see him in the bathroom and all that. They should run with that a little bit. That might help sell the fight, even though they're not fighting, you know. Didn't it help with you know, when shout out to my guy Evans, when Evans and Bill kind of went back and forth, it helped with the promo for the Regis Devin fight. So why wouldn't it you know, not help with this one? But you know, that was another pro. I think they could work off of that, man. Especially they definitely can, because Bill is the mouthpiece. You know, Bill might need some new material like any other comedian. And I'm not saying he's a comedian. You know how comedians always got to come with different material, because like Bill's kind of rhymes. That's why I think they called him Don King, because his rhymes and, you know, his stuff. That wasn't you, Bill, today. He was a little off too. You know, it was a little off. But like I said, it's the first one. I just think the energy too, right? You know, and this is no shot at some of the guys that was covering it, right? I'm big on energy, you know, the vibes, right? When you have guys covering events, right, and their energy is off, it's a trickling effect. Like how they covered the event carried over to the fighters. It was just that's me. That's just me. But you know, like I said, the floor is open, man. There's 18 people in here. Man, that's a lot of people for me, right? 18, right? It was just up to 25, but yeah, it is what it is, man. How did you guys feel? Like, do you want to buy a ticket, right? Consumer talk now. Is the excitement there to be like, oh man, April 20th, I gotta be at the Barclays Center? You know? Do y'all have that mind state? You're like, yo, man, this shit is gonna be fireworks. I didn't get that yet. I didn't get that yet. You know, I might get it, but right now, I did not get that. I don't have that urge. That's why I'm asking you guys now, because when I come back on, when I do my live later, I don't know if I want to talk about this because I'm trying to get it out now. But if I do get some, you know, responses, I might talk about it. But as far as talking about now, I have a video that I'm going to drop because I did see a content creator get handled in a matter that wasn't professional. But I guess they didn't see him as professional. But I have a dope video that I'm going to drop on that. You know, dope video. And please, when I drop my video, don't take offense. I'm just, you know, I'm a content creator. I'm just critiquing the content. So if you ask a question and you get handled a certain type of way, and I put out content on it, it's just me putting out an assessment on what I seen take place. Does that make sense, right? Let me ask y'all this for those of y'all that's in here, right? If you do media work or you cover events, if you ask a promoter, manager, something, and they walk away from you, do they respect you as a professional, you know, media person? What does that say for those of y'all that, you know, in here? Let's digress a little bit. If I ask you a question, if I cover an event, right? If I get media credentials to cover an event, and I go to the event to cover the event, and I ask you a question at the event, and I'm in the media section, that means I got to prove to be media. And upon me asking my question, you tell me whatever, but you walk away from me. You don't even answer. You acknowledge me. You size me up a little bit to let me know you heard me and you heard the question, but then you walk off. What does that say? Do you respect my brand? Do you respect my journalism? Because you did approve me to get in. Unless I got in through somebody else and then you was like, I didn't want this guy in here. Right? Because those things kind of happen too, right? Have you ever been like that? Have you ever been on that side of the spectrum where you got in because somebody pulled strings for you, but you didn't get in off of your work? You know, shout out to WCS. WCS is laughing, man, because you know we all look. I even asked WCS for some counsel on this. You know, I asked my guy for some counsel on it because I value his opinion. He's a seasoned guy, man. He's somebody. It's not too many people that I say, man, they got more stats than me. WCS is one of those guys, man. I'll be like, yo, listen, that's why WCS will tell you, I hit him up all the time and be like, I ask his opinion on a lot of things because he has stats. You can learn from somebody with stats. See, I'm not that type. See, a lot of y'all, when it comes to me, because y'all don't like me for whatever reasons, but I actually have stats. I am licensed to be a consultant when it comes to media. And you see how I just gave it up to my guy, right? I gave it up. WCS, I say he got more stats than me. So listen, for me, when I ask him for advice or an opinion, I feel good about that because I'm like, man, I look at his body of work and the things that he has accomplished, and I'm like, yo, this is good advice, right? See, some of you guys need to learn these things. It'll get you a long way in the game. Like, hey, what do I know, right? It's like I was talking to my man a little while ago, and I was like, they wanted to know why I didn't go to the event. I was like, yo, I'm here. Why would I burn a vacation day to go out there? I was like, not for nothing. It had nothing to do with the event, but I was like, look at the coverage of this. I was like, look at the coverage that I put out, right? I was like, when you see me work the Top Rank event, the week prior or whatever, right? I said, how was my coverage? I took professional pictures. I was like, did I go live? I said, Joe Dini went live for what? Maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes max. I said, but did I go live the whole event? But I said, the amount of content that I put out, you would have thought I was live the whole time I was there. I was like, see, I come to work. I was like, I did interviews, all this. No media scrum interviews, one-on-one interviews. You know, and I knew that this type of event was going to be that. And me personally, I'm a photographer anyway, by trade right now. My professional trade, if I'm not with my team, Team Tucker Media Marketing Agent, I am covering the event as a photographer for my daughter's company. Yes, Showtime Shy News Media is my daughter's company. So when people talk crazy on my name or my brand, just know that's who you're talking crazy on. Just remember that. And we have stats. You know, we have stats. And I know some people really want my company's help and want my company to work for them. They just go about it all wrong, you know. Learn proper professional etiquette. And maybe, you know, you can get the source to help you out. But I doubt it, though. You know, I doubt it. WCS, I didn't want that guy here. Yo, that's the vibe I got. That's the vibe I got, man. Because it's like, I was telling my guy this. I said, yo, see, what these YouTubers don't realize, a lot of content creators, these people know who we are. They know who we are because they have people that watch this stuff. That's why I tell these guys all the time, it's not who watches. Quality over quantity, man. Quality over quantity, man. You dudes be thinking, because, you know, you might have 300 oddballs like you watching your shit. But then you might have, like, somebody that works with the company watching your shit. And they go back and tell them, like, yo, such and such said this about you. Such and such said that. Like, you want to hear some crazy shit? I had a dude today, right? I immediately, he tried to follow me, right? He had the audacity to try to follow me on one of my social media platforms. A guy that I know from my Jackal Fitness days that tried to scum. You know what I did? I immediately blocked him. When I got the notification that he's trying to follow me, I was like, block? Yeah, block. I come back from a fake account. But just now you're going to look weird coming back over from a fake account because you know I blocked you, your name. When I recognized it was you, I blocked you. Letting you know, look, I still made it. After all the lies you tried to push on me, you're blocked. I don't need you. Never needed you. Never wanted your support. You know, block. Hey, man, but you know. So I don't know if I'm going to come back on and talk on this, man. Because to me, it was very bland, right? Yeah, you know what it was like? Look, I'm about to close, right? Because I got to run up in the store and get a couple of things, right? To me, this is what it was like, right? And this is no slight. This is no shot. You know, they that's what they do. They throw shots. To me, it was like, you know, a meal, right? You know, you ever see a good-looking meal, right? Prepared mac and cheese, collard greens, and turkey wings or something. It looks good, right? That's what we got. The press and all that looked good, but it lacked the seasoning, which I like to call the sauce. The News by Shy News. But listen, they have Thursday, LA. They're probably turning up in LA. Hopefully they do. Because right now, my assessment, my personal, you see what I said, personal assessment is I'm not hyped to buy a ticket yet. And I'm a consumer. That's not good. But hey, what do I know? Got it. Tap in later, man. We're going to go live. You know the vibes.